Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Abe with MysticGenMara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho. And tonight, whenever you happen to be seeing this, I would like to offer the elemental energy reading for the week of May 4th through the 10th using the runes. If you're interested as to why I read for the elements instead of the zodiac, you can find out more about that in a video in the link in the description. And with that, we will get started. Also, if you are curious about your own charts, there's a link down there for those as well. And the natal interpretation chart actually does have a section for elemental alignment, which is pretty cool when you start to look at that, because to me, the elemental alignment is almost as accurate, if not more accurate, than the zodiac rest of the pages. And there's just not as much put onto that. But anyway, we'll get started with our fire family. Fire covers the zodiac signs of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So if you are Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or have fire high up in your chart, this one is for you. We are starting you guys off with Othela, which is ancestral property. Color of deep yellow. Tarot association is the moon, and astrology is the full moon. So fire, you're starting off with a little bit of your contrarian energy. This is a little bit about water going on here. It's possessions and inheritances, real property, inherited abilities or traits. So fire, this week, and I think you guys had this off and on for the last couple of weeks, so there's this energy shift that is going on with you guys is what I'm seeing here. But right now it's focusing on really tapping into those inherited traits, those intuitive abilities, whichever one of the clairs pops up. Some people see, some people hear, some people know, depending on what that is. Or it could be a healing trait that's coming forward for you. But what I'm hearing is this is a good week to take what you have and expand it. Take it into a new level. Don't just keep doing the same exercises. Try something different this week and see what kind of shift you can trigger. There is from my meditations on my own the past few weeks, and I've talked to a few other people after this, and we're all sensing that there's a shift going on behind the scenes energetically. So this is where you're tapping into those ancestral traits can really help you set yourself up for success even when everything is moving and carrying on. The impression that I've been getting here lately, and this is for everybody, not just fire, is the shift that's occurring is one that's been kind of needed for a minute and it's been delayed. So we'll see what happens when this all settles down. Back to fire. Your second rune is the Soilo rune, which is the rune of the sun, colors of white and silver, also gold if you really focus on that. Tarot association is the sun, and astrology is the sun. It's good health and happiness, wholeness, clarity, enlightenment, and success. And fire, with Soilo, we're talking about your energy here. Fire is your leader, and it's interesting because you have the sun and you have the moon. You've got very strong energies coming forward. And this week, they're saying this is going to be a week of extremes, but balance. It's not going to be a simple week for fire. It's definitely going to have ups and downs. There's going to be that contrarian energy of fire and water going at each other. But what's going on is it is taking you to these two extremes, fire, this coming week, in one form or another, and it's to show you that you can actually maneuver between multiple levels of reality, of multiple levels of consciousness and awareness. And the beauty of that shift is actually going to help you come out on the other side shining. But that's where you bring in the element of the sun, the element of the moon, fire, your energy, and water, your enemy, basically. You're bringing him into a union state. When you bring together the union of opposites, fire and water, sun and moon, this is where the alchemical concept of transfiguration and transmutation can occur. So you're creating something much bigger and much brighter than what you originally thought, but it's going to show up in ways that you may not expect, and it's going to be a little bit of a challenge is what I'm hearing. So fire, don't give up this week. Everything's going to work out. It's just going to need a couple of things to be moved around before you get to that point. So let's hop over to our Earth family. Earth covers the zodiac signs of Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, all of our gnome family out there. And Earth, your first card is the Earth card. Rune is the Perth rune. This is the rune of fate. Its color is black. A tarot association is the Wheel of Fortune. So things are moving, but they're moving the way they're supposed to be. We also have Saturn as your astrology. Mystery, chance, unexpected material gains and surprises. Things hidden coming to light. So, Earth. They're saying very specifically, Earth, that question that's just been driving you bonkers, that one you've been having on the back burner that pops up and you're like, oh yeah, I need to ask about that. Or, oh yeah, I need to look into that. This week, things that were hidden are going to be revealed. So, stay grounded with yourself and with the circle that you run in. There is going to be a fate shift for you. Things are moving, and they're moving in a way that you've kind of put things in place, Earth, and we'll see what your second rune here is in a second to fill this in. You've put things in place, and basically now that the ball has reached, or the plan has reached critical mass, you're not really going to stop this. There's no getting in front of it. And this is where the Wheel of Fortune's concept comes in, where, well, here it goes. We're just going to move right along. But you also have Saturn saying, are you sure you wanted this? Because guess what? Now you get it. So Saturn is interesting because it's also it's the beginning and the end simultaneously. So you definitely have some interesting energy coming up. Your second rune is, the Algae's rune, which is the rune of protection. Your color is gold. Your tarot association is the moon, and astrology is Cancer. So this is kind of your sister energy. It's protection from danger, resisting temptations, and new beginnings are possible, which ties into that Wheel of Fate aspect of things, where things are things are changing rapidly this week for our fire, or for our Earth family, but it's things that you have put into place. This is not stuff that you are shocked by. It might be a little uncomfortable. How it shows up might be a little shocking, but you've put plans in place for things to occur. And this week, Earth, this is going to be an interesting week. Know you're protected. Algae's is really saying you are covered. Don't worry about things. It's going to be a little, they're saying chaotic, so I don't know how that's going to play out for you, but there's definitely going to be some motion. Things are going to come into existence that you've been trying to manifest for a while. I keep hearing this explosion, like it's going to come in with like hands clap, like bang, it's going to just show up, and it's going to be in a way that you are shocked by it, but you're going to be shocked in a way that's pleasant. The build-up is going to be the problem. The result is what you're actually been aiming for. So fire, Earth, not sure why I keep saying fire. Don't get stressed out. And they're saying by the middle of the week, you're going to see the light at the end of the tunnel type thing. So don't get too stressed out. You have the protection you need to make it through this first little hiccup. Once you get through that, you're going to see why that intensity was there, because the results are going to be pretty interesting. They're saying, and he just keeps clapping in explosions. So we'll see how this plays out for our Earth family this week. On to Air, and Air covers the zodiac signs of Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, all of our sylphs floating about. And we are in Berkana. Oops. Let's get your symbol up there, Air. Sorry about that. Boop. There we go. With Berkana, this is the rune of birth. Its color is dark green. The tarot association is the Empress, and astrology is Virgo. So this is a little bit of your contrarian energy because Virgo's Earth. It is renewal, new beginnings, new growth, birth, and families, and safe, happy home. So, Air, this is going to be a good week so far. We're starting off with a good bang, and it's saying that with the Empress, you have the divine feminine aspect coming forward. You have this very powerful, guiding divine mother, so to speak. How you see that is up to you, Mother Mary, Holy Spirit, whichever. But there's this energy of that protection. The Empress is also a sign of massive fertility, and that can be creative ideas, like your imagination just popped up with new stuff. It could be physical fertility if you've been trying for youngin. This could be a good week to see how that plays out. We're just coming off the energy of Beltane, so you definitely have got a lot of things working in your favor in the fertile world. So it's also about remembering what's important: the family, the hearth, the home. The jobs, the outside world, yeah, you need that to a certain extent, but it's the things that are important, the things you can't replace. Your spouse, your children, your connection to God, Source Divine. Those are the important cores, and that's bringing that in, that more earth energy. Air, we know you like to be up in your head, especially with the logic and reason, but this is a good way to stay grounded when everything is moving. And they're not saying bad. Excuse me. They're just saying that things are moving for you. Your second rune is on the next page. It's the Wunjo. It's the joy rune, color of yellow. Tarot association is strength. Astrology is Leo. It's happiness and harmony, a situation changing for the better. Okay, air. I don't know what is going on for you this week, but with these two popping up, you have some major improvements going on. There is a lot of stuff lining up, and it's lining up with the stars shining on you massively. Air, do great things with this energy. Tap into that as much as you can. You have Berkana, the birth, new energies coming in. Something new is being created, very fertile time, but you also are tied with Wunjo, which is joy. So you are not dealing with something simple. You are dealing with life-changing happiness, is what I keep hearing. This is not going to be a, oh, well, that was nice. It's more like, this is where you've been headed, and this is changing your outlook on how things are playing out. So air, it sounds like it's going to be a really good week for you. There's a lot of potential set up for this, and I'm just going to poke a little bit at you. What do you think is going to happen? What have you been working on? What kind of things can you set in place that are going to come to full fruition this week? Because what's happening this week is going to set you up for the future. They're saying this is not a short term. This is very much long term, up to a full year out from where we're sitting right now. So really play in with this energy and see where it goes. Create what you can create. Let your magic fly. So let's check in on our water family. Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, all of our undines out there. And your first rune, water, is the Uraz rune. It's a color of dark green. Tarot association is the High Priestess, and astrology is Taurus, so you're working with your sister energy as well. Creative power, wisdom, knowledge, good fortune, opportunity, and hey, water. Little bit of amorous going on. This is a sexually charged rune. So this week for water, the High Priestess is bringing in the awareness of the divine. It's helping you connect. It's a very good sign of good luck, but also it's luck from reward of hard work. So you've done the work, you've set things up, water, and now you've got the good luck everyone else sees. You've put work in behind it, and this is the reward. So you've got something really positive coming in, and it's because of everything that you've done up to this point. That is going to set you up for your future success. So you've got a really good gestalt for the first part of the week, getting things moving, getting things going. Like you're setting up for a good week. Your second rune, is Isa, the ice rune. Color of black. Tarot association is the Hermit, and astrology is the moon. So we're definitely tapping into water energy here. It's an obstacle of some form, coldness between people, time to observe, keep silent, refraining from comment. So water, you have an interesting dichotomy this week, water, because there's a call for you to step away. And with the High Priestess energy, I think that's where they're wanting to really bring this forward. You are tapping into a higher frequency this week, water. This is not a week where you're going to be out being hyper social. Isa in this aspect is not calling for the understanding or the conquering of an obstacle. This is a week where it's time to step away a little bit. You have really good luck. You have a lot of things in your favor with Uras. But water, what they're saying is the best way for you to tap into all of that is to step away. Your home is kind of your sanctuary. They're saying clean off the altar. Do some things that you need to do to kind of get things straightened up at home. Because this week, by doing the little things, it's those little things that lead to that great reward. Like I said, the high priestess brings in good luck to the outside world. That's what it looks like. But this is the week where you have to make the space for the things to come in for you. It's not going to be like, well, one day I'll get around to it. This is around to it day. Like, this is the around to it. Like, this is the week. So, water, definitely check in on what it is you need to work on this week. The things that need to be, that you've been putting off for a minute. Now's the time to get those done. Time to make some space. That's that hermit mode where you just kind of step away because you need a buffer for a minute. But you're building something great. You're building something magical. And it's really a good week for water to pull away for a little bit. It's not going to be super busy on the outside world, but it's time for you to do the inner work and do whatever it is, like clean out that closet, clean up the kitchen, whatever it is that you're working on. Do the clearing work so that you can actually allow the good luck, the good fortune, all of that stuff you've been working on, allow it to have space so that you can invite it in. So, the energies are really interesting the last few weeks. And what I'm hearing for this upcoming week for everybody is remember your connection to Gaia. Do some grounding work, do some anchoring down, make sure you're connected so you don't float away. But also connect into God's source divine. There's this beautiful pillar spiral of light that is starting to come down, and I believe that this is a time for us to step into that light, for us to ground and connect to the heart of the planet, to Gaia, but also to reach up and connect to the Lord and Lady in the heavens, allowing us to really get this energy moving and flowing. So as you go through this week with each of your individual readings, remember that your connection to God's source divine is really the most important thing. Secondly is your family and taking care of that. Then you can float out from there with what's next on your list, but they're really wanting to emphasize the energy that's shifting is shifting because we as a species are looking for the next level. We are looking for this higher frequency, and this is a week for us to become our own little anchors in our environments. So we're grounding, but we're bringing down that light, so we're allowing it to spread out. And all elements, earth, air, fire, water, this is going to be a week where you get to shine. With that, I will let you guys go. Have a great rest of your week. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, comment down below, let me know your thoughts, feelings, and impressions. And if you guys ever have intuitive pops that come up when we're having the runes up on the screen, please feel free. I am super excited to hear what other people say about them. Add your thoughts to the comments down below. With that, I will let you guys go and see you in the next one.